An absolutely stunning move from the Denver Broncos on Christmas Day. What's going on, Broncos country? Gage Madrid here, Denver Broncos Syndicate. It was just announced that the Denver Broncos are making a really surprising move with Kareem Jackson. So according to this tweet from Troy Rank, the Broncos are going to release Kareem Jackson. He's going to have to hit waivers because any veteran who's cut after the trade deadline is subject to waivers, and any team could in theory claim him. But if he does clear waivers, the Broncos are planning to sign him back to the practice squad. Essentially, the Broncos did not want to waste a roster spot on the active roster and have to cut somebody. They really like who they have on the active roster right now, and PJ Locke has basically supplanted Kareem Jackson as the starting safety. We all know that. Kareem Jackson is still a very popular player in the locker room and is somebody who's a big-time veteran mentor to a lot of the young players on the team. He's a pillar in the Denver community. The team really wants to attempt to keep him around, but this is really the only way that the Broncos could at least try to keep Kareem Jackson around and still have those active roster spots for players who are contributing on more of a down-to-down basis. I wouldn't be surprised at all if the Broncos elevated Kareem Jackson from the practice squad for the final two games, and he does play in those two games, probably as more of a dime backer role, lurking down near the line of scrimmage, trying to hit people, legally of course. And now this brings us back to all the discourse surrounding Kareem Jackson this season. Obviously, he's had to pay a monstrous amount of money, I believe almost $1 million, which was damn near all of his salary this season in fines, and then obviously suspended for a total of 8 games this season for multiple flagrant fouls. Some of them were legitimate, some of them were not legitimate, and obviously there was so much gray area with the NFL. They didn't really tell Kareem Jackson what they want him to do in these situations. They don't want him to hit low because they'll take out guys' knees. They also don't want him to hit high because he could potentially give someone a concussion. And even when you go shoulder to shoulder in the rib pad area, apparently that's a foul. It's so subjective for these officials to get right and for the NFL to enforce it in the fine room with guys such as John Runyon, the VP of player personnel for the NFL, as well as a couple of other guys who are in charge of enforcing these fouls. They're just so inconsistent with how they enforce it. It's frustrating in that respect for Kareem Jackson, but I feel like when it comes to cutting him, I think this is the right move for all parties involved. Kareem Jackson has a very strong chance to be back in Denver and probably will play in the final two games. Probably this is the last season for Kareem Jackson in the NFL, so I'm glad the Broncos are giving him a chance to be back in the fold. But a bit of a surprise nonetheless. All right, Broncos country, I am curious how you guys feel about the team making this decision to cut Kareem Jackson, gambling on the chance of getting him back. Drop those comments down below, guys. I would love to hear your thoughts as always. Be sure to leave a like on this video as well as subscribe and ring the bell so these videos appear in your notification feed. I would really appreciate it, guys. Those are 2 free and easy ways to show your support. Helps tell YouTube's algorithm to push us out and helps us get seen by more and more members of Broncos country just like you and me. And until next time, guys, I am your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.